Hi, this is Lorenzo Valoria from GamesRadar.com, and I'm checking out Payday 2, and I'm here with...
I'm David Goldfarb. I'm game director on Payday 2, and it's nice to be here.
Cool, so there's a couple new features, new gameplay elements and all that. Can you go over just an overview of what you guys have changed and what you've learned from the previous game?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of stuff. What you're looking at right now is guys are kind of sussing out the where they could get some where they think the safe might be. Now, like the game is, I think the big things that we've changed are we've added sort of skill system. So these guys are they have a particular skill set. One of them is sort of a stealthy guy called a ghost, and he's made his now he's used one of his skills to kind of get rid of the pager, but so he'll make sure that the alarm isn't sounded for the cops. And now he's picked up the body, which is another skill that this particular profession has. So now he's carrying the body in the thing, so nobody's going to hear him. Let's see if he's able to do this. He's going to throw it in the dumpster.
So there's multiple classes. There's one that's a ghost. What other types of classes are there?
There's a ghost, there's the enforcer, there's a mastermind, and there's a technician. And they can all kind of be mixed and matched to kind of allow you to create your own personal criminal profile. And this guy's using another skill that the ghost has, which is lockpick, and allows him to open stuff silently that enemies won't hear. And now he's deploying this jammer, which will knock out the cameras for a short amount of time, so that they won't be detected. And now he's taking out the camera, and now his buddy has just slapped the drill on the safe where they're hoping the tiara is.
So it looks like they're robbing a jewelry store. What other types of missions are there in the game, and how do you choose what kinds of missions you would go into?
Well, there's tons and tons of missions. I think we've really tried to broaden the types and also the lengths of missions. So, for instance, this is a jewelry store one, which is much shorter. But we've changed. I guess we've changed the system that we're using in a very different way. So now you really get missions delivered to you in this sort of dynamic way. And there are far more of them, and they have kind of varying lengths and objectives. So your friend might be playing, he might be playing in a much higher level than you, and he might see a mission you've never seen before, and then ask you to join him. So you could just go in and play this mission with him that you would normally never be able to see at all. And we're hoping that's really gonna motivate people to play together. Still going.
Looks like he's tying the hands of the hostages right now. So are there any sorts of penalties for just going guns crazy and killing all the civilians?
Yeah, it would go very badly for them. Things ramp up really fast if you have bloodshed, especially if it's civilians. So like snipers appear, and they really send in the heavy guys at that point. You'll see. I think these guys look like they're making some regrettable decisions by engaging the police right now. And they just smoked the building. So this is another thing that we think is really important, is that people, AI behaviors and stuff. We're really trying to pay a lot of attention to allowing the player to feel smart, and that goes not just for the building their character and using these skills to kind of change their experience, but also that the enemies are doing things to counter things that the player is doing. So the smoke is one example. Later we'll have flashbangs, and the enemies will flashbang like sealed doors, and they'll do other things. You'll see that there's a cop stealing a bag. So you kind of really need to keep your eye on a whole bunch of things and try to anticipate a whole bunch of things, and prepare yourself for enemies to handle situations in the same way you would.
Well, so you mentioned that the enemies would have flashbangs and all these other equipment to stop you, but what do you players earn? Is there some sort of character progression that you guys implement?
Well, there's basically the way it works is as you level, you unlock weapons that you then buy, and then the thing that's really different, I think, about our system is that we have something that we're calling a payday, which is when you finish a job, you you get what's effectively like a loot drop, and that you would see in like any conventional RPG. I'll use Diablo 2 as my example because I love Diablo 2, and so like for us that all the weapon modifications, of which we have very very many, mask parts, the masks themselves, all these things that are like from varying rarities all the way up to epic, and like you'd never get them in a million years, but we have them. Those things are part of our reward system now because we really feel that it's a game about robbery, and you got to care about the stuff that you're gonna get. And what better way to do that than make it the the kind of the coin of the realm, the stuff that you wear, the stuff that you use. So so like when these guys finish this mission, they're going to get a payday because it's a one-day job, and the payday will be like, we'll see what they get. It's only a 5-star job, so they'll get maybe they'll get some good stuff. We'll see, but it really is to there to keep people playing and attached to the game and feel like their investment was well worth it. And these guys, will they make it back to the van? Get to the van. Get to the van.
They got to make a clean getaway here. Hop in.
This is very far from clean. Come on. Do you see the bag moving in the background? There's like a. Yeah, I think they're out. We're out. All right. So that's pretty much it.
Awesome. So when can players expect to get in on Payday 2?
Be this summer sometime.
And for what platform?
That'll be PC, 360, and PS3.
All right. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Thank you, man.